Hey guys, it's DJ. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. Today I want to have another VO pep talk. VO pep talk. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the most common comments that is left on my channel, and that is some effect of, I want to get started, and I have been planning, and I have been researching. Then they throw some time period that they've been doing that. It could be weeks, months, I've even seen years, but I think there's more to it than that. And so I want to kind of delve into that and give my insights. And then hopefully by the time you walk away from this video, you have a better idea of what you can do to start making progress on your voiceover journey. The days of you need to go to acting classes and you need to start in radio, or you need to, I don't know, get an agent. That phrase, you need to or you must, is very, very, very outdated. And to be honest with you, anytime that somebody tells me I need to do something or I must do something as it relates to my career, and this is not just me as a pro now, 5 years into this, even when I first got started, like I've always approached it this way. There is no such thing as what you need to do. Okay, let's just get that off the table now. Well, let me put it back on the table just for a minute. You need to do what's best for yourself. In your particular case, at your financial situation, everybody's financial situation is different, how many resources you have, and that includes time, where you live, your locale, your region, what type of personality you have. All of these things will influence the decisions you make to how to build your business, your voiceover business. I want to talk about two different types of people that I can think of right at the top. And this is a sweeping generalization, but most people fall into one or the other. And that is a person who is analysis paralysis, like the over planner. They have to plan everything step by step. It has to be perfect before they can make a move. And then the other person is the one who kind of flies by the seat of their pants, jumps in head first, figures it as they go along, and each has their strong points and their weak points. Question of the day: which of these two types of people do you think you are? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm curious, all of the viewers that I have, how many of y'all are the analysis paralysis? I'm betting it's over 70%. I will argue that it is easier to find success, at least early success in this industry, if you are the latter, meaning you just get out there and you just try. And that is because these types of people, and I'm one of those people, and I'm not saying that because, haha, look at me. I'm just based on what I've seen for myself and also my peers. Many people who see earlier success in this industry do it because they unknowingly, or maybe knowingly, but most people don't even know, they are creating what's called an MVP. Essentially, an MVP, a minimal viable product, is something that is like the bare bones minimum of what you need to provide a service or a product to a consumer. And as it relates to this industry, an MVP would be you putting yourself in front of a coach. It would be you trying to reach out to a client to see if they want to buy your voice. It would be you jumping on Voice123 or Voices.com and doing auditions. It would be you trying to direct market, even though you don't have a demo. You just have a few samples that you self-recorded. All of these can fall into the realm of MVP. MVP is something that just comes naturally to people who just jump in head first. That's what we do. We just, hey, I have an idea, let's try it. And if it works, I'll do more of it. If it doesn't work, I'll pivot. I'll try something else. People who tend to be planners or over planners, the analysis paralysis we talked about just a moment ago, they have a hard time with this. And this is why I argue that this person that has to plan everything will almost always take longer to get momentum in this industry. If you are someone who has to have everything planned out and you have to be comfortable and sure about the outcome, you're gonna have a hard time getting started, because you never really know what that outcome is going to be in this industry. If you are a type of person, I gotta take so many acting classes, I have to meet with my coach 100 times, I have to get my demo, I have to get a website, I have to make these accounts, there's all of these I have to first. If you're a type of person who falls into that category, how can you begin to get the data that you need to, start making decisions about the way you're going to run your voiceover career? To make an example, if you're a person who's scared to create a Voice123 account, and we're not talking about finances here, we're not talking about the cost, just in general, like, oh, I don't have a demo, or I'm scared to audition. If you're a person who's scared to audition, then how do you even know what the market thinks about your voice? How do you know if you're good or not? How do you know what genre is suitable for you at your current stage in your career? Maybe you want to be in commercial, but your voice leans more towards, I don't know, IVR and phone messages. I don't know. It's just something I thought of. Maybe you want to be an audiobook narrator for fiction, but nonfiction is better for you. But you can't get that data if you don't make a decision to do something first. That data is the feedback from a casting director, a coach, a client, or not a client, a potential client, an audition. All of these are ways to get information about your performance. And at the end of the day, what we sell is our performance, okay? And so if you are a person who is months or years into this planning stage where you're like, I got to plan everything out and I got my microphone and now I'm just waiting to see, this is going to hurt you, I think, because the industry is accelerating. The changes in the industry, in this voiceover industry, are accelerating. There are forces, and I'm not talking about just AI, but there are forces that are causing changes and shifts. Just in the 5 years that I've been here, Fiverr, granted, people still can kill it on Fiverr who have been there for a while. Fiverr is pretty much off the table. If you haven't been on Fiverr, get out of here. You're not going to get in there. Even like the other places like Voice Bunny and Voice Jungle and Voice Realm, even those are highly, highly saturated. Voice123, voices.com, in my own experience, I've already seen the decline. Not only in the number of quality auditions, but also the pay has been decreasing. Agents, managers, they are inundated with talent to choose from. Agents' rosters got full real quick. So if you're a person who's trying to plan every step of the way and are scared to make any moves and are scared to make any decisions about how to grow your voiceover business because you're afraid of something, and I don't even know what it is to be afraid of, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not being judgmental, but rationally, what is the worst possible outcome? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Like someone tells you no, like I get told no at least 10 times a day, like more than that, okay? So if you're the person who does all the waiting around and planning, you can see how quickly the industry can pull the rug from underneath you. You're planning for a time that is today. And yet the industry is constantly changing and evolving. And by the time you finally decide, I'm ready to get in, well, you're prepared for something that isn't there anymore. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get a pro demo so you can get on a pay-to-play and you're trying to get trained up so you can get your pro demo to get on the pay-to-play, well, the pay-to-plays are dying. I'm not saying they're going to disappear from the face of the earth, but they ain't what they used to be. And anybody who's trying to sell you that pipe dream, they're selling you a pipe dream, okay? I know it sounds like I'm picking on those of you who plan a lot. So let me jump over to the folks who are like me and just kind of do it willy-nilly. If you're like me and you're a person who just kind of does and then thinks about what happens later, one of the biggest problems is going to be you ride that initial wave and you're thinking you're good to go and you get lazy. The next shiny thing will come. That can be a problem because you can't stay focused. This is a small business. This is not a hobby. Well, maybe it's a hobby for you. And if it's a hobby for you, then this whole video is irrelevant to you. But if you're trying to really build a career in this, and you're a type of person who loses attention quickly, call it ADHD, call it golden retriever, call it whatever you want. But if you're that type of person, recognize that about yourself. This is a business. Voice acting, the recording, the auditions is only one part of this, man. All right, there's a whole accounting side of this. There's a really big trying to find client side of this. And I'm not talking about just sign up on a pay-to-play and doing auditions. You got to be out there hitting the pavement, finding those people. And it is a grind. It is a thankless, most times fruitless grind to get in here every day and send out emails. People tell you no. People won't even answer you. It goes to the spam box. Some people might get angry and, hey, don't ever email me again, you piece of shit. And the thing is, those people who are like that, not the people who say not the people who say you're a piece of shit. The people who keep changing what they're interested in can easily say, I sent out 20 emails yesterday, got 0 replies. I'm going to try this thing over here instead. That's a big problem. I fall prey to that even now. Like yesterday, I didn't send out a damn email. And I woke up today and I'm like, damn it. So I had to think about, what did I do yesterday? Well, yesterday I was editing a video. You guys probably saw it. I uploaded the audiobook video, which I've been procrastinating on for like weeks. And then I ended up like, I'm gonna do it. And I got sick and I got pushed. Anyways, procrastination is a problem. Then I'm also working other projects. I got auditions coming in all over the place. You know, I got my personal life out here, my family and stuff. Putting all that in front of me Sending out an email doesn't sound so exciting, but it has to happen. You have to touch people. You have to let them know you exist. You have to put your voice in front of them, because if you don't, how are they even going to know to send you an audition? How can they buy your voice if they don't know you exist? Both people will struggle. Both types of people will struggle. The most common person to comment is the person who plans everything. Why? Because they're very vocal about that. I'm planning to become a voice actor. I've been watching every YouTube video. I've been watching all your videos, DJ. I've just got a mic, just haven't done it yet. Those are the majority of the comments I get as it relates to those two types of people. The other side, not so much commenting, but I meet them and they're usually the ones that peak early and they plateau. And that plateau usually looks like you've been on a platform or several platforms. You maybe have an agent, more than likely not. You haven't coached anybody or coached to an extent that you've seen improvement. They just coast. And they get caught up in that, I'm just gonna do funny voices, or I'm just gonna say I'm a voice actor, make a TikTok and say I'm a voice actor, and it's a show. Those people need to recognize early on that that's what they're doing, is just coasting and plateauing, and in reality kind of going down because the industry's changing. People behind you are getting better and they're getting better, and sooner or later they're gonna surpass you. The planners, if they can get past the whole analysis paralysis thing, tend to be very, very good at building a business, because they've already uncovered all of the things that they have to know as it relates to accounting, as it relates to prospecting, as it relates to the acting side of things, performance side of things, as it relates to networking. They've already got it in front of them. They know what has to happen. They just have to take action. But once that action is taken, man,